The Blackberry Z10 might not be the last throw of the dice for BlackBerry, but it's certainly getting close. It's finally come up with a more modern operating system that can finally handle 3D games, blazing fast speeds and super sharp HD resolutions, Blackberry 10. And the Blackberry Z10 is its opening gambit. A 4.2-inch number with a 1280 by 768 screen, a dual-core 1.5 GHz processor and an 8-megapixel camera. But is it a match made in heaven or just another to flood the market even more? At first glance, the Blackberry Z10 really does look like an iPhone 5. Of course, that's not necessarily an insult. There's only so many ways to make a phone of this sort. And if anything, it's a testament to the device itself. The crisp 4.2-inch HD screen is sharp, but also perfectly usable with just one hand. Unlike many giant Android phones, we're also quite taken with the complete lack of buttons, still a rarity even in 2013. The back of the phone, meanwhile, is old school BlackBerry with bumpy plastic texture that you'll either love or hate. We, however, liked it, if only because it doesn't slip around like a glass-sandwiched iPhone. And BlackBerry hasn't skimmed on ports. A proper micro HDMI slot lets you plug it up to play on your telly. If you've ever used an iPhone or an Android before, BlackBerry's new software won't come as too much of a surprise. Once you've got used to the basic gestures, swipe up to go back, to the side to peek at your inbox, you've got your basic app tray and a list of recent apps to roll between. It's snappy, especially for some of the inbuilt apps like Facebook, and it has some pleasant touches. The keyboard that predicts the next word you're going to type makes bashing out messages incredibly easy. And best of all is a unified inbox, which is just a slide to the side and it pulls all your emails, updates and Twitter mentions, just like on BlackBerry OS. However, good points aside, the camera is pretty pathetic. You won't notice it in daylight, but in badly lit rooms it doesn't so much struggle as fail completely, churning out pitch black images where Nokia's excellent PureView sensor pulls out detail. And aside from a few nice touches and a rock-solid web browser, BlackBerry 10 feels samey. BlackBerry Maps is still leagues behind Google Maps when it comes to data. And then there's the app switching and launching. Everything, no matter what you do, causes the screen to swipe back to the main screen. And then the app appears. It's a weird decision and one that will slowly drive you insane. Compared to seamless multitasking on Android and iOS, it's a bit of a mess. Then of course, there's the apps. While there's no doubt RIM's done a better job of pulling together big name services for the launch than Microsoft did for Windows Phone launch 2 years ago, there are still glaring omissions, the stuff you basically take for granted on other phones. BlackBerry 10 on the Z10 shows some promise. There are flashes of inspiration in there. They're just lumped in with navigation features and interfaces that feel like they were put there just for the sake of being different. If you've already made the jump to the iPhone, Android or even Windows Phone, it's not enough to tempt you back. The only people we can really see sticking with it are those who want a unified inbox you just can't get anywhere else. RIM have still got a lot of work to do to catch up with its rivals, but this at least is a step in the right direction.